Okay.
In this video, we are starting with first chapter, that is tissue. So previously what we have studied, let's recall. So we'll see what is cell. So if we draw a diagram, I have drawn a diagram of a wall. If I ask you a question that what is wall actually made up of? So it is actually made up of bricks. So what is actually bricks doing for the wall? So it is actually providing it with structure and also performing the function for the wall. So same is the case in our body. Our body is made up of cells and it is actually providing our body with structure and also it is doing the function for the body. So it is actually the structural plus functional unit of life. Okay, now we will find that based on number of cells, organisms are divided into two main categories. So first category we have is unicellular organisms and next we have is multicellular organisms. So as the name suggests, uni means single and by this unicellular, this means that those organisms which are made up of single cell. This means that whole functions for the body will be performed by single cell. So single cell performs all the functions for the body. Whereas in case of multicellular organisms, we find. So we know that multi means many. So those organisms which are actually made up of many cells and these cells will get specialized to perform different functions for this cell. And these different functions will be performed by a proper organizations that will be done in this multicellular organisms. Okay, so now we move on to what is organization. So if you see any machine, so we'll find that smaller units or smaller parts are arranged such a way that they form the larger part, they form the complex machines. So same here we'll find that what happens here, the smaller units are arranged, they are arranged into larger units for any system. But they will be arranged in hierarchical fashion. This means that they will be arranged in form of any order. And in this case, we will be finding that the order will be from simple to complex. So here we will find it is arranged into So the order is from simple to complex. Okay. So here we'll find, so what is organization as we sum up? So it is actually manner of arrangement of, so they are actually arranging what? They are actually arranging the smaller units into larger units, but they will be arranging it in a from simpler to complex order. So it is actually organizations. So already we have discussed that since it is actually the arrangement, manner of arrangement. So here we will find that there will be certain steps related to this order. So let us discuss about levels of organization. So we'll find that steps involved in any organizations are actually called as levels of organizations. So we'll find here each step of organization is actually called as level of organizations. So we'll find that level of organizations, here we have mainly three categories. So we'll find it is actually divided into three major categories. So first category we have is organism level of organization. Next level we have those levels which lies below organism level of organization. So they are called as lower level of organization, below organism level. Next, those level which lies above organism level. So they are called to be higher level of organization, above organism level. Okay. So let us draw and understand what is actually different levels of organization. So already we have discussed it. Actually first we have discussed about organism level of organization. So here we will find so this is our first level of organizations, because if we consider this, if we move below, so they will be getting the next order, and if we move above, we will be getting the next level of organization. So here what happens, organism level of organization we will find here, all living units, all living organisms are regarded as a single biological unit. Either it is animal, plants, all will be adding or all will be forming a single biological unit and will be taking it as an organism level of organization. Okay. Next we move on to the level of organization below organism level. So below organism, because we will find here what happens, we will be including those steps which will be actually forming or leading to formation of organisms. So here we will find the lowest level of organism level we have is molecular level of organization. we'll find that in molecular level of organization, we'll find it is actually made up of atoms. So we know that atoms are actually not having any independent existence. So these atoms combine, they form molecules, and we'll find what happens. These molecules, either it is micro or macro, so they will join and they actually forms compounds. And these compounds will lead to formation of organelles, and then it will lead to formation of cell. So we found that here what happens. So if we move back, so cell is made up of little organs present inside the cell. So they are actually organelles. So if we see a cell, so it is an animal cell. So it is made up of liquid part that is called to be cytoplasm. And next we have the central integral part of the cell that is called to be nucleus. And both, that is nucleus plus cytoplasm, it forms protoplasm. And protoplasm forms the living part for the cell. So here we find that there are different organelles present. Little organs are present inside the cytoplasm. So here we, okay, like we have endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes. Okay, so we'll find here what happens. They are made up of organic substances. Like we have endoplasmic reticulum. So it is made up of organic substances, and organic substances may be like different compounds like proteins, nucleic acids. So we will find here what happens. These proteins are actually the compounds which is actually present in the form of like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. These are the chief constituents that make the proteins. So we move to cell. We have the cell, then we have organelles, then compounds, that is protein. So it is made up of micro and macro molecules of atoms of different elements. Okay, now we move on to next level, but above molecular level. So molecules combine, they combine together and ultimately will lead to formation of cell. So next simplest unit for any organism we have is cell. So next level we have is cellular level. So here what happens, in this level we will find that either it is unicellular or some few celled organisms. Okay, so they will function. A single cell will function together and they will be acting as a single unit. So here we will find all the function for the organism is performed by single cell in case of unicellular organism, and in case of few celled organism or some multicellular organism we will find these cells will organize together but they will carry same function. So here no division of labor can be seen. This means the work will not get distributed among different types of cells, even we will find that there are few celled organisms. So single cell or few celled organism, they will do all the functions together. Okay. Which will lead to, now what happens, this cells will aggregate together and they form the next level of organization that is called to be tissue level of organization. So in tissue level of organization, here we will find that it takes place in multicellular organisms. Here what happens? Those similar cells which are structurally similar and also which has same function, they aggregate together and they form the next level that is called to be tissues. Okay, so here we will find it takes place in multicellular organisms. So here cells aggregate together and those cells aggregate only which are having structurally which are similar plus the one which is having same function. So if they are having structure similar and also they are performing same function, those cells will aggregate together and they form tissues, and this level of organization is called to be tissue level of organization. So here already I have mentioned multicellular, this means many cells. So many cells, so here we will find that division of labor can be done. This means these cells will get specialized to perform different functions for the organisms. So here this tissue level marks the beginning of division of labor. Now what happens? Some dissimilar cells, they aggregate together, but since they are performing the same function, so they lead to next level of organization that is called to be organ level of organization. So next level we have is organ level of organization. Like we have different tissues. So they are specialized such a way that they carry same function. So they get specialized to carry same function, and together they constitute the organ. And it forms the organ level of organization. So here like we have lungs, kidney, so all will be forming the organ level of organization. Next level, so we will find that those organs which are carrying or which are performing the same type of functions, so we will find here they form the next level of organization that is called to be organ system level. So here we will find those organs which carry similar functions. So they together constitute the organ system. For example, if we have circulatory system, so in circulatory system we will find that there is pumping organ, that is heart, and blood vessels, and also we will find it includes the fluid that is circulating throughout in the blood vessels. So we will find it as blood. So together we will find they constitute the organ system that is called to be circulatory system. And what happens now? This organ system together will lead to formation of next level that is called to be organism level of organization. This means different organ system will work together to carry the functions for the body, and this forms the body of the organism, and that is called to be level of organization, that is organism level of organization. Next, we move to those level which is above or beyond organism level of organization, and it is called to be higher level of organization above organisms. So here we find first level we have population level. So in this will include those organisms of similar species. When aggregate together in a given area, so we will find they are actually constituting the population. So organisms of similar species, when they aggregate together, they are called to be population level of organization. Next level we have is community level. So here we will include those populations or many populations when aggregate in a given area, so they will constitute the community level for the organization. So here populations when aggregate, so they are forming the community level. Now we will find what happens. This community level will combine with abiotic factor and will lead to next level of organization, that is called to be ecosystem. So here we will find community when they interact with abiotic factors. So community means living parts or living organisms, and abiotic factors means non-living factors like air, soil, temperature, all will be taking place together. So this will constitute the next level, that is called to be ecosystem level. So in ecosystem we will find that there is interdependence. They interact. So biotic factors, living factors, they interact with abiotic factors. This means that even the living organisms are dependent upon environment. They will affect the environment, and also the environment will affect the living components. So they form ecosystem. Next level we have is biomes. So here we will find, so I am doing the explanation here. When larger ecosystem aggregate together and they carry the same climatic conditions, they lead to formation of biomes. Next level we have is when biomes will be happening, when larger biomes or biomes will undergo interaction, they aggregate. So when biomes, they aggregate together, they form biosphere. Biosphere forms the topmost level in the case of level of organization. So here we will find biosphere. What are biospheres? Let us discuss. So biome is life. So it includes all the parts of the universe which is actually supporting the life. So here we have three main classifications. So first we have is hydrosphere. So hydro means water. So those part of the biosphere which is actually occupied by the water bodies, mainly it may be river, ponds, oceans, so they are regarded under hydrosphere. And the organisms living in hydrosphere, they are called to be aquatic animals. Next, we have the other classification, that is lithosphere. So lithos means solid surface. So those part of the biosphere which is having the solid surface, they are called to be lithosphere. So it will include upper layers and also the deeper layers of earth. So it is mainly made up of rocks plus soil. Next classification we have is atmosphere. So atmosphere is air or gases enveloped. So gases envelopes that will actually surround hydrosphere plus lithosphere. So together they will constitute to atmosphere. And this together we have different levels of organization. So today we studied about tissue, organization, levels of organizations, explanation for each level of organization, and in next video we will be studying about plant.